When I first moved into my quiet suburban neighborhood, I expected peace. Instead, I met Todd, the HOA president and part time tyrant. Todd loved rules, especially when he could use them against everyone else. He fined people $200 for trash cans being out a minute late, but his own yard looked like a scrapyard, and his fence broke half the city ordinances. My first run in with him was over my fence. The approved stain was out of stock, so I used the closest match. Todd fined me $500 with the smuggest, rules are rules grin I've ever seen. That was the moment I decided he was going down, legally, quietly, and in a way he'd never bounce back from. Step one was becoming the inside person. I joined the HOA board and acted like a clueless, eager volunteer. For 2 years, I watched Todd bully board members, bury people in paperwork, and push through votes when his allies were the only ones present. But the more I watched, the more obvious it became. Todd wasn't just controlling, he was stealing. The HOA fees were sky high, yet the pool was closed half the summer and the landscaping looked abandoned. Every time I asked for the budget, Todd brushed me off with, "Don't worry, I've got it handled." That's when I started talking to neighbors. Turns out a dozen of them had tried to see the financials and were ignored every time I filed a formal request, forcing Todd to hand over the books, eventually. And when he did, it was a masterpiece of fraud. Missing invoices, fake companies, thousands labeled as administrative fees. And the big one, a $15,000 landscaping payment to a business that didn't even exist. Cross-checking the bank statement sealed it. Todd was funneling HOA money straight into his own accounts and overcharging for maintenance to split profits with his contractor buddy. I spent weeks building a watertight case, spreadsheets, screenshots, statements from neighbors, everything. Then I waited for the annual HOA meeting, normally attended by 6 bored homeowners. Not this year. I knocked on doors, shared just enough to get people furious, and the place was packed. Todd started his usual speech about sacrificing for the community. That's when I stood up and asked him to explain a few budget irregularities. He stuttered, tried to dismiss me. I passed out copies of my report. The room erupted, people shouting, Todd sweating. I called for a vote of removal. He was out in minutes. We hired an independent auditor who confirmed everything, more than $50,000 stolen. Todd was reported, sued, and eventually forced to sell his house to pay restitution. His contractor friend was banned from working in the county. Now the HOA is transparent. Fees are lower, and the neighborhood is actually beautiful. Todd tried joining another HOA in a nearby town, and someone literally laughed him out of the meeting after Googling his name. Justice served hot.